Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting of the City Council for Monday, December 18, 2023 to order and ask you to all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk Tamer, please call the roll.
Hill.
Here.
Shanko. Here. Jensen.
Here.
Graham.
Here.
Cahill.
Here.
Toludo, absent. Park.
Here.
Nudera.
Here.
Bastido.
Here.
Nardini.
Here.
Brennan.
Here.
Irby.
Here.
Deuter.
Here.
Beremus.
Here.
13 present, 1 absent.
13 present, 1 absent. We have a quorum. Item 3 on the agenda. Receipt of written communications from the public. Is there any member of the public that has a written communication they would like to deliver to the council? If so, please raise your hand. Seeing none, we move on to public forum. Clerk Tamer, has anyone signed in for public forum to speak this evening?
Yes, Mayor. We have Thomas Cruz.
Mr. Cruz, if you would step over to the back microphone, state your name, address is optional, and you will have 3 minutes.
Won't take that long. Hello, my name is Thomas Cruz and I live in Elmhurst. Donald Trump recently used a word called vermin. Adolf Hitler used this word when he began a murderous campaign that killed millions of Jewish people, homosexuals, and handicapped individuals. If he is elected president, he will declare martial law, nationalize the police, and put our free thinkers in jail. Trump is a fascist and a liar who is not worthy of the highest office in our land. This is not a Republican versus Democratic issue. This is to protect American rules of our Constitution and laws. My father fought in World War II to defeat fascism. And P.S., please don't raise our water bills by 30%. Maybe raise them in lower increments. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else signed in for public forum?
That's it, Mayor.
All right, is there any member of the public who would like to speak at public forum but did not have the opportunity to sign in advance? If so, raise your hand. Seeing none. We'll move on to announcements. Are there any announcements from the dais? Seeing none, we'll go on to a presentation in recognition of Michael D. Kopp for a big number of years of service. And Mr. Kopp, if you'll join me over at the podium. Anything about this? See, what do we do without you? I have some comments, and I have a proclamation that I'd like to read, and I think I'll read the proclamation first. And I'm going to, there's so much to say about Mike Kopp that we had to get to the extended frame, which I couldn't read. So we have it printed out in larger text. So, whereas we are here today to express special recognition to Michael D. Kopp, a.k.a. Mike, Chief, Coach, guy who knows everything about Elmhurst, and to honor him for his 39-year and 51-week career, because 40 would be too many years, with the city of Elmhurst, where he proudly served the community in various roles, rising through the ranks of firefighter, lieutenant, captain, deputy chief, fire chief, acting assistant city manager. I think it was acting assistant city manager. There's even more than I knew. Interim city manager and assistant city manager, including a short stint as interim museum director, enjoying nearly every minute on the job, where he interfaced with thousands of community members, city employees, civic partners, and various stakeholders. And whereas Mike moved to Elmhurst when he was 8 years old with his family, where he lived in a 4-bedroom, 1-bathroom house with 10 family members, he attended Lincoln Elementary School, Bryan Middle School, York High School, and Mike later met and married an Elmhurst gal and raised his family here, claiming Elmhurst as his hometown for more than 50 years. And whereas in his early adulthood, Mike, the self-proclaimed high school hockey star, enlisted in the Navy after graduation and served from 1979 until 1983, combining service with the amazing experience of seeing the world, and as part of his duties went to firefighter school due to his responsibilities on the ship as a boiler technician. It was here that Mike realized that he wanted to start his career as a firefighter, and where his heartstrings and his future wife pulled him back to Elmhurst. And whereas Mike began his long and successful career with the city of Elmhurst on January 9, 1984 as a firefighter, and rose to the ranks to become the fire chief in 2002, Mike finally remembers these days as the best job in America, the gratification and appreciation of a public safety officer who shows up to help someone on what may be their worst day. Mike took pride in his ability to assist and guide our firefighters through many of the city's public safety incidents. Doesn't say great floods in here anymore. Whereas Mike moved into his role as the city's first assistant city manager in 2012, now finding his skill set valuable in other areas within the organization. He's enjoyed working with all the city departments during his era as assistant city manager, where he played an instrumental role in guiding our administrative staff through various groundbreaking projects, assisting in the development of what is Elmhurst today. Serving as a champion for municipal communications, economic and community development, human resources, and information technology. His general interest and knowledge in all facets of city operations, as well as his valuable leadership with the dedicated employees of Elmhurst, have made a lasting contribution to the fabric of our strong employee culture. And whereas Mike's illustrious career with the city of Elmhurst has provided him with the experience and tools necessary to flourish in future endeavors, specifically those on as a social media influencer and farmer, as he plans his next phase of enjoying the outdoors while raising chicken and cattle, spending time with his family, his friends, and watching his family grow. And whereas this proclamation is presented to Mike to serve as a reminder that although he is retiring, he will always be remembered as a valuable employee dedicated to both his position and our community, where his passion to help others grow into strong leaders through guidance and direction will never be forgotten, and the effects of his lifelong career will continue to shape the future of his hometown, Elmhurst, Illinois. Now, therefore, I, Scott M. Levin, Mayor of the City of Elmhurst, am wishing Mike the best of luck in his future endeavors, and do hereby proclaim January 2nd, 2024, is Mike Kopp Day.
Thank you.
I want to say personally, and on behalf of, I would say, the City Council, the last 4 mayors, many aldermen before us, maybe this city manager, the one before him, I don't know about the one before that, but that's going back too far. But you know, there are few people who are going to miss as much as you're going to be missed. I don't know of many times where something comes up and it's ask Mike Kopp, because you are the knowledge base that, you know, goes far beyond what everyone in this room collectively knows. I've never heard Mike Kopp say a bad word about anyone. I've never heard him complain about taking on a task. I can't say I've ever met anyone on this staff that has, well, I shouldn't diminish anyone. I say you have the highest level of professionalism, and from a personal level, I got to tell you, it's been a pleasure working with you. You said you'd stay through my first term. I'm not mad about that, but, oh, I knew it was one of us. Anyway, I want to thank you and congratulate you personally, and I hope you have a few words to say. All right.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you to City Council. Wow, it's been a great run. It's hard to believe that, not that long ago, a 22-year-old kid with hair actually showed up to the City Hall over on Schiller Avenue, it was the old jewel store, to get sworn in to be a firefighter. I blinked, and 40 years later, I'm standing right here. It's really hard to believe. I mean, it's been great. I mean, like it said in there, I always said firefighter is the best job in America. And a lot of people take that job for different reasons. It's a great schedule. It's great. It's an exciting job. It's great benefits. But I think what really grabs them is that when someone calls 911, it's usually their worst day of their life. And you show up, you're calm, you're well-trained, and you do whatever you can to help mitigate their problem or solve their issues. And even sometimes when it's not the perfect outcome, people are very appreciative and grateful for what you do or try to do for them. And that appreciation, that gratitude, man, it's a powerful emotion, and it grabs you and it keeps you coming back for more. And also, I mean, I've had to do some cool things. I got to go down to New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina and help the New Orleans Fire Department. I got to go to Beckley, West Virginia, to become a certified mine rescue technician. Whoever thought Elmhurst needed a mine rescue team or have a mine? I got to go to Emmitsburg, Maryland, to the National Fire Academy for their executive fire officer program. So it was fun. Did a lot of cool things, saw a lot of cool things. And from there, it gave me that opportunity. Jim Grabowski gave me the opportunity to work into the assistant city manager's position. And I appreciate the risk he took on, putting some effort into an old fire chief. I'm sure he was nervous about that decision, and heck, he still might be nervous about that. But, and I tried to bring that same service-oriented attitude to this position too. How can we help people? How can we make it work? Not the negative, but the positive. What way can we make this happen and to resolve issues that residents have? And I got into it at a good time. I had some great mentors, and Tom Borchardt, Jim Grabowski, Tom Trozine, Valerie Johnson. I mean, I look at Don Serino, his team. You can't find a better municipal lawyer than Don Serino. Nick Peppers, as far as development, the best. Mike Durkin, labor. Andy Acker, litigation. I mean, it's like when you're working with really good people and you're learning, it's easy. It makes it a lot easier. And I look around Elmhurst, growing up in the 70s, the 80s around Elmhurst, and I look at what it is today, and I'm even if I had like this little sliver of being part of that, I feel really good about being part of it. And so I'm gonna be lost here, but so just being part of it, what it is. I mean, I go back to like Mayor Morley with development. I keep your foot on the gas. As soon as you let up, someone's passing you by. But it's not just I have this small part of it, but it takes a lot of people for development, including a city council that's willing to support mindful development. And it has been that way for years around here, and it's really made a big difference. And it's it takes a lot of people. I mean, what is it? It takes a village to raise a village. Sound like Yogi Berra. But but it's it is. It's a big part of it. But I think really what makes Elmhurst different, it's the staff. It's like looking at these directors out here. We got the city planner, communications manager, business development manager. You look at the people that are out here, and they're just the best of the best. And I don't think that happened by chance. I think it happened for a purpose. 40 years ago, Tom Josine set a culture around here that Elmhurst is going to be the best. Jim Grabowski's continued that culture. And I think because of that, that's why we get the best of the best. They seek employment from a place like Elmhurst. And I think that's made a big difference on what Elmhurst is. And man, I don't care if you're like the person filling the potholes in the street, or you're the superintendent of streets, or if you're the person issuing the building permit, or you're a building commissioner. He's here tonight too. Or you're the person taking the utility bill, or you're the finance director. I think there's this culture or this belief that the mission of Elmhurst to provide superior and responsive government services, it's believed, and people live it every single day. And so I think that's really made a big difference. I mean, and it's fun. It's fun to work with all these people. We have a lot of laughs, do a lot of things. Not every day is the best day, but we get through it, and we have fun doing it. So, I mean, lastly, I need to thank the love of my life and my wife, and thank goodness they're the same person. It makes it a lot easier. But my wife Julie and I mean, she was the rock the whole time. She supported me, she empowered me, she encouraged me. I mean, any of my successes were obviously her successes, and kept that steady hand. And while I was pursuing all these crazy things I did, she was raising 3 great kids. 2 of them are here right now. Cameron's my oldest. Kelly is my middle, and then my youngest son is watching us on TV right now. So hello, Connor. But yeah, she was always there to make sure that they turned out the way they did. And I'm sure I had some influence in, but the good stuff came from her. The rest of it, we'll see how it all works out. But yeah, it's been great. I thank you again for giving me this opportunity to spend 40 years in Elmhurst. I couldn't ask for a better life. I mean, I was telling someone the other day, I can't remember a day, and maybe Julie can confirm it, that I woke up in the morning and said I want to go to work. It's been a great run, and I thank you very much for letting me do it.
Well, we're going to have to ask you to take the walk of acclaim.
The walk of shame.
The walk of, it's like the walk of shame, but it's the walk of acclaim, and I think the alderman will want to thank you.
Grateful for you.
Thanks, Mike. You've always been a rock.
Thank you.
Thanks for Thank you. We'll miss you.
Thank you for all you've done.
See you at Panera's. Yeah, be seeing you soon. I missed out.
We miss you already.
Appreciate everything. Thank you. Congrats, Mike. Yep, watch your step.
You have to go to the special things over here. All right. One last round of applause. Thank you. All right, now we get to the excitement of the consent agenda. Clerk Tamer, would you please read the consent agenda?
7.1, minutes of the Committee of the Whole meeting of the Elmhurst City Council on December 4th, 2023. 7.2, minutes of the regular meeting of the Elmhurst City Council on December 4th, 2023. 7.3, accounts payable, December 18th, 2023, $3,309,985.10. 7.4, report, case 23, P11, Yorkie's conditional use permit, 609 West St. Charles Road. 7.5, report, case 23, P12, Enterprise Plat of Subdivision. 7.6, report, case number 23, P10, /4 Corners LLC Plat of Subdivision and Variations. 7.7, IEPA Loan Amendment Request for Bundle 5. 7.8, bid Bundle 5 WRF improvements. 7.9, construction engineering services agreement Bundle 5 WRF improvements. 7.10, report Riverside Drive at Illinois Route 83, Phase 1 engineering. 7.11, report Gloss Mansion chimney repairs. 7.12, report stop sign request Kenilworth Avenue and Columbia Avenue. See item 8.1. 7.13, a budget and appropriation ordinance for the City of Elmhurst for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2024, and ending December 31st, 2024. And 7.14, a resolution accepting the proposal of Marsh McLennan Agency for professional insurance brokerage services to acquire insurance coverage for the City of Elmhurst.
Thank you, Clerk Tamer. May I have a motion? I should say first, is there any item on the consent agenda that any alderman would like to remove from the consent agenda, either for further discussion or to vote against? Alderman Toledo?
Thank you. 7.6.
7.6. Any other items? All right, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda minus item 7.6? Alderman Brand with a motion, second Alderman Brennan. Clerk Tamer, please call the roll.
Hill.
Aye.
Schenko.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Cahill.
Aye.
Toledo.
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Nudera.
Aye.
Bastido.
Aye.
Nardini.
Aye.
Brennan.
Aye.
Irby.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Verimas?
Aye.
14 ayes, 0 nays.
14 ayes, 0 nays. The consent agenda minus item 7.6 passes. Clerk Tamer, please read the report for 7.6.
Therefore, the Development Planning and Zoning Committee recommends that the City Council approve the subject request for a plat of subdivision variation from front yard, plat of subdivision variation from front yard setback requirements and variation for loading birth stocks in the front yard at the properties commonly known as 854, 864, and 872 North Addison Avenue, Elmhurst, Illinois. The city attorney is hereby directed to prepare the necessary documents for City Council approval. Signed, Alderman Marty Deuter, Chair, Alderman Jennifer Verimas, Vice Chair, and Alderman Tina Park.
We have a motion to approve 7.6. Alderman Deuter with a motion, Alderman Verimas with a second. Alderman Deuter.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a case that came through the Zoning and Planning Commission. The details are in the report.
All right. Anyone else? Alderman Toludo.
Thank you. I pulled this just to vote present. The applicant is a close family friend. Thank you.
All right. Anyone else on this? All right. Clerk Tamer, call the roll.
Sorry, I lost it. Okay. Hill.
Aye.
Schenko.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Cahill.
Aye.
Toludo.
Present.
Park.
Aye.
Udera.
Aye.
Bastido.
Aye.
Nardini.
Aye.
Brennan.
Aye.
Irby.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Verimas.
Aye.
13 ayes, 0 nays, 1 present.
13 ayes, 0 nays, 1 present. Report 7.6 is adopted. On to ordinances. Clerk Tamer, would you read the ordinance in 8.1?
I don't have the ordinance. Thank you. An ordinance amending Section 44.74 entitled Yield Right of Way Streets of Article 5 entitled Driving, Overtaking, and Passing, Section 44.92 entitled Stop Intersections enumerated of Article 6 entitled Special Stops of Chapter 44 entitled Motor Vehicles and Traffic of the Elmhurst Municipal Code. See item 7.12.
I have a motion to approve ordinance 8.1. Alderman Brennan with a motion, second by Alderman Hill. Alderman Brennan.
Mayor, I'm going to defer to Alderman Hill.
Alderman Hill.
Thank you, Mayor. This ordinance is asking to suspend the rules, or we're suspending the rules with this ordinance in order to expedite a two-way controlled stop sign and with additional signage and placed at Kenilworth and Columbia. In lieu of the missed meetings that are coming up, we wanted to move this process along as fast as possible and get those stop signs put in at that intersection.
All right, just to be clear, we've already suspended the rules in the report.
Excuse me.
All right, so, but you're explaining why we are acting on it in the same night, correct? Thank you,
Correct.
sir. All right, any other discussion on 8.1? Clerk Tamer?
Hill.
Aye.
Schenko.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Cahill.
Aye.
Toludo.
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Nudera.
Aye.
Bastido.
Aye.
Nardini.
Aye.
Brennan.
Aye.
Irby.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Verimas.
Aye.
14 ayes, 0 nays.
14 ayes, 0 nays. Ordinance 8.1 is approved. Item 9, reports and recommendations of appointed elected officials. 9.1, Mayor 11. There will be no meeting of the City Council on January 2nd, and I invite any aldermen who wish to raise their hand and advise about committee status on December 26th so that I may plan accordingly. Alderman Deuter.
Thank you, Mayor. The Development Planning and Zoning Committee is not meeting on the 26th.
Alderman Toludo.
Well, you know, could mix it up. No, we are also not meeting.
All right. Alderman Brennan.
Public Affairs and Safety will not be meeting on the 22nd.
So that will just leave public, Alderman Bastido?
Public Works will not be meeting on December
All right.
26th.
And with that, before we go into city manager, I want to thank you all for your hard work this year, for a productive year, and hope you enjoy your time off, and wish you and the entire city happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. City manager.
Thank you, Mayor. 2 things. The Holly Trolley will be running every Saturday through December 30th from noon to midnight. So please get out and take a ride. Happened to see Clerk Tamer and some friends on the trolley a week or so ago. which was nice. And then tonight on the consent agenda was the budget ordinance for the city. And thank you to the city council for the support on that. And I would also like to thank the staff, those that are in back, and everybody else who had a hand in on it, particularly the finance staff, and especially Matt Plyman, who really went above and beyond to make sure that everything was in order this year. So thank you all very much, and to everyone, happy holidays and Merry Christmas as well.
All right. Is there any other business to be brought before the council? Alderman Bastido.
Sorry, I should have done this during announcements, but I meant to take the opportunity to thank the American Legion for hosting an event on Saturday that was for not just veterans, but also first responders in Elmhurst and City Council and their family members. And it was just really heartwarming to see how many businesses in town and how many families in town donated to make it a great day for the families of first responders and veterans. And I saw several City Council members there, including the mayor. And Santa was given a special ride by the fire department. So thank you to everybody who made that a success.
Very good. Thank you. Any other business? All right. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Alderman Brennan with a motion, Alderman Cahill with a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned.